love came near, like warmth could turn into something I should fear. My heart learned early to move before it broke, to leave before the leaving, to go before the ghost. But I don't flinch at love, not the same, not anymore. I let it reach me, I let it stay. I don't step back the old way. I don't flinch at love anymore. Some fears still rise when kindness feels too close, but I don't run from softness like I used to go. I stay with the feeling, I stay with the light, even when my old heart trembles inside. No, I don't flinch at love, not the same, not anymore. I let it reach me, I let it stay. I don't step back the old way. I don't flinch at love anymore. I thought safe love would feel like a warning, but it came gently and asked nothing from me. I don't flinch at love, the hurt still comes, then fades away, but it doesn't close me. I let love near, I let fear fall. I don't flinch at love anymore. Softly, I let love near and stayed. I used to meet the morning already half afraid, like every gentle hour had something sharp to say. My body kept old warnings long after they were gone. I carried yesterday into places it was wrong, then the world felt softer. I let the day arrive, I let my heart stay near. No guarding every second, no bracing out of fear. The world felt softer, and so did I. Some memories still flicker where my chest grows tight, but they don't own the room the way they did that time. I stay with smaller moments, I stay where I can breathe? What once felt like danger now only passes near. The world felt softer. I let the day arrive. I let my heart stay near. No guarding every second, no bracing out of fear. The world felt softer, and so did I. I thought staying ready would keep me safe, but life came closer when I stopped turning away. The world felt softer. The hurt still came, then moved along, but it didn't take the light. I let life reach me. I let hope survive. The world felt softer, and so did I. The world felt softer, and so did I. Kept waiting for something big enough to name, a sudden kind of morning that would make me feel changed. But it came in small ways. I almost passed by, and the way my heart stayed softer when old feelings arrived. I almost didn't see it. The ache grew quiet, the fear grew thin. I stayed inside my skin. No thunder, no bright sign, just less pain over time. I almost didn't see it. Some nights still find me where memories return, but they don't stay long the way they once learned. I come back faster, I breathe more slowly. What used to take me under now only passes near me. I almost didn't see it. The ache grew quiet, the fear grew thin. I stayed inside my skin. No thunder, no bright sign, just less pain over time. I almost didn't see it. I thought change would call my name, but it came softly and stayed anyway. I almost didn't see it. life reach me, I let my heart reply. I almost didn't see it, almost didn't see it. But I feel it now. I used to grow distant. The second life felt gentle, like something inside me couldn't trust good things for long. My heart stayed half ready for everything to change, even beautiful moments felt fragile in my hands. But I don't pull away when things feel good anymore. I stay when laughter lingers, I stay when closeness settles in. I let my heart lean toward the feeling instead of stepping back from it. And little by little, life stopped feeling temporary. Some fears still move through quietly, some old habits still return, telling me to leave early before the ending has a chance to hurt. But I notice the distance sooner now, before it carries me too far away. I stay inside the moment longer, long enough to actually feel it. No, I don't pull away when things feel good anymore. Less guarded, less watchful, less afraid of beautiful things lasting. I stop rehearsing loss in the middle of good days, and little by little, my heart learned how to remain open. I thought protecting myself meant never needing happiness too deeply, but love feels different now, like something I can finally stand inside without waiting for it to disappear. I don't pull away when things feel good anymore. The hurt still reaches me some nights, but it no longer follows every beautiful thing beside it. And tonight, for one don't hurt the way they used to. Your name still comes, but it moves through. I don't hold my breath when memories rise. They pass more gently through my life. Some things don't hurt the same, not gone, not erased, just softer in their place. I let them come, I let them leave without losing all of me. Some things don't hurt the same anymore. Old words still find me from time to time, but they don't stay sharp inside my mind. I used to follow pain wherever it led. Now I stay close to myself instead. Just softer in their place. I let them come, I let them leave without losing all of me. Some things don't hurt the same anymore. Peace would be a brand new start, but it was only this, a lighter heart. Some things don't hurt the same. The feeling comes then fades away. It doesn't own day. I'm still tender, still awake, but easier to save. Some things don't hurt the same anymore. Softly they pass through, and I remain. I used to fill every empty moment before my thoughts could catch up to me. Keeping busy felt safer than sitting still with my own heart. But exhaustion changes something in you. It makes pretending harder to maintain. And somewhere in all that tiredness, I stopped running every time sadness appeared. Now I no longer argue with the feeling. I let it arrive, I let it fade, without turning it into catastrophe. And all the hurt I carry quietly feels different beneath my skin these days, like a door left slightly open instead of always shutting hard against the world. Some nights still feel heavier than others. I still reach for distraction sometimes, but I notice the feeling sooner now, before it swallows the whole evening. I stop demanding peace from myself. The second pain returned, and somehow that changed me more than all the years I spent resisting what I felt. Now I no longer argue with the feeling. The heaviness doesn't frighten me the same way. Not healed, not fearless, just less at war with my own mind. And every piece of grief inside me feels quieter when it returns, like distant lights dimming slowly at the edge of a long drive home. Strength meant never falling apart. Now I think strength is softer than that. Maybe strength is this, staying open even after being hurt deeply. I no longer argue with the feeling. The ache still rises unexpectedly sometimes, but it no longer convinces me that everything inside me is collapsing again. And tonight, for once, I let the feeling move all the way through me, without trying to stop it halfway. Softly, the heaviness passed through, and I remained. I used to feel uneasy when nothing hurt too much, like calm was only passing. Never mind the trust. My body knew the tension better than release. I wore worry so long, it almost felt like me. Then peace felt familiar. I let it stay, I let it near. I didn't pull away, no bracing, no running, no fear in my hands. Peace felt familiar again. Some fears still visit from somewhere far behind, but they don't settle in me the way they did at first. I stay with softer mornings, I stay when the day moves slow. once felt hard to trust, now feel safe enough to know. Peace felt familiar, I let it stay, I let it near, I didn't pull away. No bracing, no running, no fear in my hands. Peace felt familiar again. I thought healing would arrive like a sudden light, but it came quietly and stayed through the night. Peace felt familiar, the hurt still came, then moved along, but it didn't take the room. I let life hold me, I let my heart belong. Peace felt familiar again. Peace felt familiar, and I stayed. I used to tense too quickly at feelings I couldn't explain. A small shift in my mood could follow me for days. My heart treated every sadness like danger moving close, turning passing emotions into something I should survive. But I don't turn every feeling into a warning anymore. I let it rise slowly without naming it too fast. I let my body settle before the fear can speak for me. And little by little, life stopped feeling sharp around the edges. Some mornings still arrive heavy before I understand why. Some thoughts still circle quietly, looking for somewhere to land. But I notice my breathing sooner now, before the feeling pulls too far. I stay close to the moment instead of disappearing inside it. No, I don't turn every feeling into a warning anymore. Less restless, less defended, less afraid of my own depth. I stopped treating tenderness like something fragile and temporary. And little by little, my heart learned how to loosen. I thought surviving meant always staying alert, but peace arrived differently the moment my body realized not every feeling becomes a wound. I don't turn every feeling into a warning anymore. The hurt still reaches me sometimes, but it no longer changes the color the whole day. And tonight, for once, I let the feeling move through naturally, without shrinking myself around it. Softly, my breathing slowed again, and the night passed gently through me. For a while, I stopped feeling like myself. Not suddenly, just through small unnoticed changes. I stopped replying right away. I stopped humming to the radio. I moved through ordinary afternoons, like someone carrying invisible bruises. Started coming back to myself in small forgotten moments I almost missed completely, like laughing before thinking, or sleeping without waking up heavy, or realizing the sadness had gone quiet for whole pieces of the day. There are still mornings where loneliness reaches me first, but it no longer follows me everywhere like it once did. I stopped trying to return to the person I was before everything hurt, and somewhere in that letting go, something softer returned to me. Yes, somewhere I started coming back to myself. Now healed, not finished, just easier to recognize again. And every piece of grief inside me feels lighter against my body now, like old winter clothes hanging untouched long after the cold has passed. I thought healing would feel dramatic, but it felt more like this. Looking at my own reflection one morning, and no longer feeling far away from it. Somewhere I started coming back to myself. The ache still reaches me certain evenings, but it no longer takes my whole sense of self with it. And tonight, for once, I let myself remain unfinished without mistaking that feeling for failure. Softly, I found pieces of myself again. Waiting where I left them. I used to search for changes and every softer tone made stories out of silence before the truth was known. My heart ran ahead to places I couldn't see, trying to protect me from what might never be. I stopped searching for signs. I let it breathe. I let it be. I let the moment stay. Not every pause means love is gone. Not every quiet turns away. I stopped searching for signs. Some fears still rise out of nowhere sometimes, but I don't follow them all the way down. I stay with what is steady. I stay with what is true. If something wants to leave, it doesn't need my fear to move. I stopped searching for signs. I let it breathe. I let it be. I let my heart remain. Not every doubt deserves my whole night. Not every shadow needs a name. I stopped searching for signs. I thought being ready would save me from pain, but love feels softer when I stop standing guard. I stop searching for signs. The ache still comes and moves along, but it doesn't own the day. I let life speak in its own time. I let peace find its way. I stop searching for signs. Softly, I stop looking and finally stayed. Some nights my heart still startles easily. It changes too small to explain. A slower reply, a softer goodbye, a pause that lasts slightly too long. And before I can reason with it, my body remembers older fears, like certain wounds still wait quietly at the smallest shift in the air. But I don't disappear into it the same way anymore. I let the feeling move through slowly without turning anymore. into proof that loss is already coming. And somehow that softens something deep inside me, like my nervous system finally learning. Not every silence carries abandonment inside it. There are still evenings where my thoughts wander farther than I want them to. Still moments I rewrite ordinary sentences, looking for distance hidden underneath them. But I return sooner now. I don't stay trapped inside the spiral for hours. The loneliness still brushes against me, but it no longer darkens the whole landscape around me. No, I don't disappear into it the same way anymore. The fear still rises unexpectedly, but it no longer decides what the rest of the night becomes. And every piece of grief inside me feels quieter beneath my skin now, like telephone wires humming softly across empty farmland after midnight. I thought healing meant never feeling afraid again, but maybe healing begins here. The moment fear arrives and your body no longer mistakes it for the end. Some nights my heart still startles easily. The ache still reaches me without warning, but it no longer convinces me that every beautiful thing is slipping away. And tonight, for once, I let the silence settle naturally around me, without trying to outrun it first. Softly, the wind moved through the fields, and my breathing stayed slow. I used to hear distance in every softer tone, made endings from a pause before I truly knew. My heart moved too quickly toward the worst it could find, turning gentle spaces into leaving in my mind. Quiet doesn't mean goodbye. I let it breathe, I let it lie without asking why. Not every pause is love fading out. Not every stillness has to pull me down. Quiet doesn't mean goodbye anymore. Some fears still wake early, some thoughts still run far, but I don't follow every shadow back into the dark. I stay with what is simple, I stay where I can breathe. What's meant to stay near doesn't need fear to keep. No, quiet doesn't mean goodbye. I let it breathe, I let it lie without asking why. Not every pause is love fading out. Not every stillness has to pull me down. Quiet doesn't mean goodbye anymore. I thought love had to speak to prove it was real. Now I know silence can hold what words can't heal. Quiet doesn't mean goodbye. The hurt still comes, then passes by, but it doesn't own the night. I let love rest, I let fear unwind. Quiet doesn't mean goodbye this time. Softly, I let quiet stay. This time. I used to leave inside before I ever moved. Half of me stayed guarded, half afraid to lose. Even gentle closeness can make my body still, like staying all the way. That is too much to feel. But the night felt different when I didn't turn away. I let the warmth come closer, I let my heart remain. No rushing for the ending, no stepping out too soon. The night felt different when I stayed inside the room. Old fears still wake sometimes, but they don't lead me now. I feel them pass through slowly without shutting down. doesn't feel the same. The night felt different when I didn't turn away. I let the warmth come closer. I let my heart remain. No rushing for the ending, no stepping out too soon. The night felt different when I stayed inside the room. I thought leaving first would keep me safe from pain, but love felt softer when I finally stayed. The night felt different when I didn't turn away. The hurt still comes and fades, but it doesn't make me run. I let the feeling hold me without asking what it means. The night felt different when I stayed inside a dream. The night felt different and I stayed. I heard your name last week and didn't look away from it. That surprised me more than I know how to explain. There was a time one small reminder could ruin my whole night. Now it just passes through me like wind through an open screen. I don't carry it the same. The weight rests lower these days. Not gone, not forgotten, just easier for my heart to hold. And all the love I thought would break me feels quieter in my chest now, like a fire left burning low after everyone has gone to sleep. I still have moments where missing you arrives suddenly, but it no longer pulls me backward into everything I couldn't change. Time did something gentle to me while I wasn't paying attention. The sadness kept its shape, but lost some of its sharp edges. I don't carry it the same. The silence doesn't press so hard now, and every memory that once felt endless feels smaller in the dark. No perfect healing, no clean goodbye, just my heart growing calmer, little by little with the years. Maybe that's what surviving is, not becoming untouched, just becoming softer around the places that hurt. I don't carry it the same, and tonight I finally believe that the pain still lives somewhere inside me, but it no longer speaks for all of me. And for the first time in a long while, I let the quiet stay untouched, without turning every lonely feeling into proof that I was broken. Softly, the weight loosened slowly, and I stayed with myself. I used to keep the television on, just to avoid hearing my own thoughts. Anything felt easier than sitting still with whatever lived inside my chest. Some nights I drove for no real reason, just to make the hours move faster, but loneliness always rolled beside me, quiet as breathing. Then I let the night pass through me without trying to outrun it, and for the first time in so long, my heart loosened a little in the dark. No answers, no sudden change, just the feeling of finally getting tired of carrying every sadness alone. There are still evenings where missing you arrives unexpectedly, like hearing a song too softly turn away from completely. But it doesn't undo me now the way it once could. The pain moves slower these days, more like weather than a wound. So I let the night pass through me like cold air through open windows, not resisting, not collapsing, just letting myself feel what was there. And somewhere inside all that stillness, the heaviness began loosening quietly, like my soul finally understood it didn't have to survive everything at once. Maybe peace begins this way. The moment you stop asking your heart to heal faster than it can. Now I let the night pass through me, and it no longer empties me completely. The sadness still visits sometimes, but it sits beside me more gently now. And for the first time in years, I don't need to force myself to feel okay, to believe I'll make it through another night. Softly the night moved through me, and I stayed open. I used to tuck my softness away before anyone came too close. Held my deeper feelings quietly, like they were safer unseen. My heart stayed half protected, even inside gentle moments, like being fully known could still end in losing everything. But I don't hide the tender parts of me anymore. I let my feelings remain visible. I let warmth stay near. I let my heart move honestly, without folding back into itself. And little by little, being seen stopped feeling dangerous. Some fears still rise unexpectedly. Some old instincts still whisper, telling me to disappear a little before I become too much to hold. But I notice the shrinking sooner now. Before I fade out of my own presence, I stay connected to myself longer, even when closeness feels unfamiliar. No, I don't hide the tender parts of me anymore. Less concealed, less watchful, less afraid of being deeply understood. I stopped treating sensitivity like something temporary inside me, and little by little, my heart learned softness could remain. I thought love would feel safer if I revealed myself carefully, but real closeness arrived differently, gentle enough to meet me fully, without asking me to disappear inside it. I don't hide the tender parts of me anymore. The hurt still reaches me some nights, but it no longer convinces me to leave myself before love has a chance to stay. And tonight, for once, I let myself remain completely present inside the closeness, without quietly pulling pieces of myself away first. The feelings stayed near, and my heart did too. For a long time, everything felt far away from me. People talking, music playing, whole days passing without reaching me fully. I moved through afternoons like I was standing behind glass somewhere, watching life continue without knowing how to step back inside it. But the world feels closer again, in small, ordinary ways. I notice warmth in familiar voices. I hear songs staying with me afterward. I stay present longer in conversations now, instead of drifting somewhere distant halfway through. And somehow that feels bigger than I can explain. There are still moments where loneliness reaches me unexpectedly. Still evenings my thoughts grow heavy without warning first. But I no longer disappear so quickly. The feeling moves through differently now, like cold wind passing through open trees, without stripping every branch bare. Yes, the world feels closer again, not brighter, not perfect, just easier to remain inside. And every piece of grief within me feels softer when it returns, like distant headlights fading gradually across empty roads after midnight. I thought healing would feel dramatic, but maybe it begins here, the moment life stops feeling so far away from you. The world feels closer again. The ache still reaches me certain nights, but it no longer separates me from everything still quietly alive around me. And tonight, for once, I let myself stay fully inside the moment, without needing to escape ahead of it. softly. The world came back into focus, and I stayed long enough to feel it. Some nights heal quietly before I even know. The ache grows lighter without asking me to let go. No sudden answer, no bright new sign, just less weight inside me than I carried last time. Some nights heal quietly. They don't break me, they don't save me, they simply let me breathe. Some nights heal quietly and leave me softer than I thought I could be. Old pain still finds me, but it doesn't stay long. It moves through gently and leaves without a song. I don't chase meaning, I don't force the light. I let what feels heavy become less mine tonight. Some nights heal quietly. They don't break me, they don't save me, they simply let me breathe. Some nights heal quietly and leave me softer than I thought I could be. Maybe healing happens when nothing has to change. Maybe I return by not running away. Some nights heal quietly. The hurt still comes, then fades through me, but it doesn't take my name. Some nights heal quietly and without trying. I want tomorrow again. Some nights heal quietly and I remain. Your name crossed my mind today, and nothing inside me collapsed. I just stood there for a second, letting the feeling pass. It would have scared me once, how calm the memory felt. felt. But maybe peace arrives like this, without announcing itself. And the things that no longer hurt still stay with me sometimes. They just settle more softly now in quieter corners of my life. No anger, no reaching back, just love losing some of its weight, without losing all of its meaning. I used to replay old conversations like they could change if I listened enough. Now they drift through me differently, like smoke thinning into the air. There are evenings I still miss you, but not in the unbearable way. More like hearing distant music from another part of myself. And the things that no longer hurt still return when the world gets quiet, but they no longer pull me under the way they once could. No dramatic healing, no perfect closure, just time moving carefully through me until my heart softened around the edges. Maybe surviving changes you gently. Maybe that's why I feel lighter now. And the things that no longer hurt no longer ask me to disappear inside them. The sadness still visits now and then, but it sits beside me more peacefully. And tonight I let the memories come and leave, without turning every feeling into another kind of grief. Softly, the ache lost its voice, and I stayed. I used to rush the waiting before life could answer back. My mind filled empty spaces with everything I lacked. I fear the in-between, the pause before I knew, like something beautiful could disappear without a sound. But I don't fear the quiet in between anymore. I let unfinished moments remain unfinished. I let uncertain feelings pass through without chasing them. And little by little, my heart stopped panicking at the unknown. nights still stretch longer than I expect them to. Some thoughts still circle softly, looking for something untrue. But I notice my breathing sooner now, before the worry pulls too far. I stay close to the present instead of running ahead in the dark. No, I don't fear the quiet in between anymore. Less restless, less fragile, less afraid of what I cannot name. I stop treating every pause like the beginning of a loss, and little by little, life became easier to trust. I thought love had to speak loudly to prove it would remain, but steady things move quietly and stay without demanding attention. I don't fear the quiet in between anymore. The hurt still reaches me some evenings, but it no longer changes the color of everything around me. And tonight, for once, I let the unfinished feeling exist beside me, without needing to solve it before morning. Softly, the night kept unfolding. My heart stayed with it. I used to pull away early, before anything could shift. My heart slipped out of moments before they had time to live. I feared getting too close to anything soft enough to lose, like joy would disappear faster if I let myself believe in it. But I don't leave the moment before it happens anymore. I stay when life feels open. I stay when warmth moves near. I let my heart arrive fully instead of hovering at the edge. And little by little, living stopped feeling so temporary. Some fear still wakes suddenly, some thoughts still move too far ahead, but I notice the tightening sooner now, before it carries me away from myself. I stay with what is here long enough to actually feel it. The feeling still moves through me, but it no longer steals the whole evening. No, I don't leave the moment before it happens anymore. Less distant, less restless, less afraid of beautiful things staying. I stopped imagining endings in the center of good days, and little by little my heart learned how to remain. I thought protecting myself meant never fully arriving, but love feels different now, like something I can stand inside without preparing to lose it. I don't leave the moment before it happens anymore. The hurt still reaches me some nights, but it no longer pulls me out of everything beautiful beside it. And tonight, for once, I let myself stay completely present without stepping emotionally backward first. Softly, the moment kept unfolding, and my heart stayed inside it. I spent years trying to seem unaffected, laughing things off before they could touch me, swallowing hurt quietly before anyone else could notice it first. Like tenderness was something inconvenient, like feeling deeply made me harder to love. So I learned to soften my reactions before they could take up space around other people. But I don't apologize for feeling things anymore. Not for caring deeply, not for remembering small changes, not for the way certain words stay with me long after they're spoken. And somehow that changed the way I move through the world. Like my heart finally stopped shrinking itself to make other people comfortable. There are still moments I replay conversations too many times, still evenings I grow quiet suddenly after something hurts more than I expected. But I no longer turn against myself for it. I let the feeling exist without shame now. The sadness still reaches me sometimes, but it no longer makes me feel weak for having a heart. No, I don't apologize pretending everything rolls off me, and every piece of grief inside me feels quieter when it returns now, like soft porch lights glowing faintly at the edge of sleeping neighborhoods. I thought healing meant becoming less sensitive, but maybe healing begins here. The moment you stop treating your softness like something that needs to be corrected. I don't apologize for feeling things anymore. The ache still reaches me certain nights, but it no longer fills me with shame for being moved by this life so deeply. And tonight, for once, I let my heart respond exactly as it wants to, without trying to quiet it halfway through. Softly, my heart remained open, even after being hurt. I used to fear the quiet when no one else was near, like being with myself meant meeting every tear. My heart stayed restless, looking for a voice to keep the dark away, to make a softer choice. But I don't feel alone with me. I let myself stay, I let myself breathe, I let my heart be near. Not empty, not afraid, just gentler than before. I don't feel alone with me anymore. Some nights still feel tender, some thoughts still drift too far, but I don't leave myself the way I did before. I stay through the feeling, I stay through the ache, and slowly I became a place I could remain. No, I don't feel alone with me. I let myself stay, I let myself breathe, I let my heart be near. Not empty, not afraid, just gentler than before. I don't feel alone with me anymore. I thought I needed someone to make the silence kind, but I found a softer shelter inside this heart of mine. I feel alone with me. The hurt still comes, then fades away, but it doesn't make me run. I stay close, I stay warm, I stay where I belong. I don't feel alone with me anymore. Softly, I stayed with me and felt at home. I used to keep the hurt like it still belonged to me, holding what had left long after it should leave. Every small goodbye stayed heavy in my chest. I mistook the ache for something I could protect, but I don't hold on the same. I let it rise, I let it fade, I let my heart remain. Not colder, not gone, just softer than before. I don't hold on the same anymore. Some nights still find me where old feelings used to live, but I don't build a home there the way I once did. I breathe through the sorrow, then let it move along. It passes through me slowly, but it doesn't stay as long. No, I don't hold on the same. I let it rise, I let it fade, I let my heart remain. Not colder, not gone, just softer than before. I don't hold on the same anymore. I thought letting go meant losing what was true, but love can leave and still be part of you. Don't hold on the same. The hurt still comes, but not to stay. It knows another way. Not broken, not afraid, just lighter than before. I don't hold on the same anymore. Softly, I let it fade and stayed. I used to meet the morning, already have a afraid, like something good beside me could still be taken away. My heart held every worry long after it had passed. I didn't trust the quiet to ever really last, but I might be okay. Not all at once, not every day, but more than yesterday. I let the feeling come, I let the fear grow thin. I might be okay. Some old fears still visit, but they don't stay as long. They move across my body, then leave me where I belong. I come back faster now, I breathe through what remains. What used to pull me under now fades before it stays. I might be okay, not all at once, not every day, but more than yesterday. I let the feeling come, I let the fear grow thin. I might be okay. I thought being safe would feel like certainty, but hope came softer and sat beside me. I might be okay. The hurt still comes, then fades away, but it doesn't take my name. I let life move, I let my heart begin. I might be okay. I might be okay. More than yesterday. For a long time, I thought the feeling would stay forever, like my body had memorized sadness too deeply to let it go. I carried it into everything, even ordinary afternoons felt heavier then, like I was always one thought away from falling back into it. But the feeling finally passed, not suddenly, not all at once, just once my chest felt lighter, before I even understood why. Like my heart had quietly stopped waiting for something painful to happen. There are still songs I skip sometimes, still certain words that catch inside me, but they no longer pull me backward for hours at a time. I stopped reopening old hurt just to prove it still existed, and somewhere in that surrender the heaviness began leaving on its own. Yes, the feeling finally passed, the fear stopped living in every silence. Not gone, not erased, just no longer attached to everything. And every piece of grief I carried feels different against my body now, like taking off something heavy you forgot you'd been wearing for years. I thought healing would feel obvious, but it arrived quietly instead. One day I simply stopped hurting as loudly, and the feeling finally passed. The ache no longer reaches every corner of me. The sadness still returns without warning sometimes, but it no longer changes who I am for the rest of the night. And tonight, for once, I let the memory rise and disappear without following it down. Softly, the feeling moved through me and kept moving. I used to pull away when life began to soften, like joy was only passing and never meant to stay. Even honest closeness could make my bodyguard. I held back from the gentle before it reached my heart. Good things don't scare me now. I let them come, I let them last, I let my heart believe. No running, no hiding, no leaving before I feel. Good things don't scare me now. Some fears still whisper when warmth stays too long, but they don't lead me out the way they once had done. I stay inside the laughter, I stay inside the light. What once felt hard to trust feels safer here tonight. Good things don't scare me now. I let them come, I let them last, I let my heart believe. No running, no hiding, no things don't scare me now. I thought joy would vanish if I held it near, but love stayed gently, and I stayed here. Good things don't scare me now. The hurt still comes, then fades away, but it doesn't take the light. I let life touch me, I let hope breathe out. Good things don't scare me now. Good things don't scare me now. And I stayed. I didn't realize how tense I'd become until one afternoon. My shoulders loosened suddenly without me asking them to, like my body had been carrying something long after it ended, holding every hard season deep beneath the surface of my skin. That was when my body finally exhaled, not dramatically, not all at once, just one breath softer than the ones before it. And suddenly the world stopped feeling so sharp around me, like stepping outside barefoot after years of walking carefully. There are still days my heartbeat rushes ahead of my thoughts, still moments I tighten my jaw before I notice I'm afraid again. But I soften faster now, I return to myself sooner. The fear still visits sometimes, but it no longer settles into my muscles. Yes, that was when my body finally exhaled. The heaviness loosened quietly, not gone, not erased, just no longer stitched into every movement. And every piece of grief inside me feels lighter beneath my skin now, like dust floating slowly through sunlight after the room finally grows still. I thought healing would happen in my thoughts first, but it began somewhere deeper. The moment my body realized it didn't need to stay braced anymore. That was when my body finally exhaled. The ache still reaches me certain nights, but it no longer curls tightly inside my chest the way it once did. And tonight, for once, I let my whole body rest naturally without waiting for the next hurt to arrive. Softly, my breathing slowed, and my hands stayed open. Used to leave inside before the feeling grew. One unfamiliar ache could pull me out of you. My body knew escape better than it knew rest. Like staying with myself was always too much to ask, but I didn't run this time. I stayed, I breathed, I let it pass through. No breaking, no leaving, no losing my name. I didn't run this time. Old fear still rises when closeness feels real, but it doesn't move me the way it used to feel. I stay through the trembling, I stay through the unknown. What once made me vanish now lets me come home. I didn't run this time. I stayed, I breathed, I let it pass through. No breaking, no leaving, no losing my name. I didn't run this time. I thought leaving early would keep me safe, but love felt warmer when I remained. I didn't run this time. The fear still came, then faded away, but it didn't take my heart. I let life near, I let myself remain. I didn't run this time. I didn't run. I didn't run. I stayed. I used to hear the worry anything was wrong. Every little feeling stayed with me too long. My heart kept turning circles around what I couldn't see, like calm was something borrowed and never meant for me. But the noise got smaller, it lost its grip, it lost its name. It didn't lead me there. I stayed close, I stayed clear. I didn't disappear. The noise got smaller. Some fears still rise when the day feels thin, but they don't take over the way they did back then. I let my body settle before I believe the fear. What used to pull me under now only passes near. The noise got smaller, it lost its grip, it lost its name. It didn't lead me there. I stayed close, I stayed clear. I didn't disappear. The noise got smaller. I thought calm would come like a sudden light, but it came in pieces over many nights. The noise got smaller, the hurt still came, then moved away. But it didn't take the day. I let life stay, I let fear fade. The noise got smaller. The noise got smaller. And I stayed clear. I used to hold my breath when I could not see far. One small unknown could shake my whole heart. I built the ending before it had begun, carried every maybe like something I should run from. The sky didn't fall, the fear came close, then moved along. I stayed where I was, no breaking, no running, no losing all of me. The sky didn't fall. Some doubts still rise before the truth appears, but they don't take the day the way they did for years. I let time answer in its own small way what I cannot know. Doesn't have to take my peace. The sky came close, then moved along. I stayed where I was. No breaking, no running, no losing all of me. The sky didn't fall. I thought being ready would keep me safe, but peace came nearer when I stopped bracing. The sky didn't fall. The hurt still came, then faded out, but I did not disappear. I let life move, I let hope stay near. The sky didn't fall. The sky didn't fall. And I stayed